Okay. Okay. Let's see if that's gonna work here. What's going on? I'm back. Okay. I don't like my angle. I don't like my angle. I don't like my angle. You better be able to see me now. Stand by, everybody. Stand by. All right. Flip this around. All right. Okay, there you go. Camera time. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. All right. Where'd that leave off at? I'll give you guys a few minutes to come in here. Okay. So we were talking about the racketeering and Mann Act convictions of R. Kelly. Um, I will. I gotta tell you guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know you're a lot of your R. Kelly fans, but you gotta understand when you hear certain things. I was a little concerned that certain evidence wasn't played to the for the public or for us for the media. And, and that's hard when you have these type of cases for you to be able to play certain things. Um, there are people that actually walked out. They walked out yesterday. They didn't want to stay around and listen to all the graphic stuff. Let me say this: I won't read any comments unless, obviously, you guys are supporting the channel. You know how to support the channel. Uh, I don't have to tell you how to support the channel. You know how to support the channel. If you've been following me all along, you know that, like anything, it costs to make this thing happen here. Yeah, I know there are a lot of people are shocked. A lot of people are shocked. Um, there are a lot of people are shocked. And reading the presser from the Department of Justice, they said Mr. Kelly had a 30-year run um, in doing this, and I would say that I'm not making any excuses for him, but if they can convict R. Kelly and ignore Elvis Presley, who too was eligible to be charged with the Mann Act, because the Mann Act is a 1920, I believe, 1920 law that was used to punish black men who dated white women. They actually used this Mann Act on R. Kelly, and if you look at the way they described, the prosecutors described all the things that R. Kelly was accused of, um, with the exception of the I don't think you can make an exception, but absent of the abuse, the hitting of the woman, uh, that's a problem, and let's not make light of that. Let's not make light of that. That's a problem, and let's not. We can't say that it didn't happen because there's video to show that it happened. Some would say, "Oh no, that was was it BDSM?" But I mean, when you have this girl screaming, she's screaming. This girl's screaming. It almost made me cry. She was screaming. She was screaming and crying, and she was getting beat. She was getting beat. Let me find a camera angle. Which camera? Where's my camera at? Okay. Right, and that's, someone said domestic violence, not demand act. Right, it's not a federal crime. Not to say it's not bad, but it's not a federal crime. But when the jury is listening to all this testimony, and I'm gonna tell you that the jurors are gonna come out and say they were confused. They were confused about some things. Because then another question that the jurors asked was, explain the difference in and or in these charges, the charging papers, or the jury instructions. They needed clarity on the way the language read. And you got to remember, lawyers read language a little differently than the average Joe Blow. And these were Joe Blows on this jury. They were Joe Blows. They had to make a decision on this man's life, and not knowing him, and none of his they didn't know him. They had to go by what the prosecution presented and what the defense presented. And unfortunately, the defense didn't make their case. The defense didn't make their case. And I think maybe, I can't guess, but we had 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, during the defense's the defense's case, that it was half days, one witness. Someone said, how do I know it was him on the audio? Well, I don't know if it's him on the audio, but the people that were on the audio said it was him. Can we not? If the people that were beaten or slapped or hemmed up, or if she says this is his voice and it sounds like his voice, can we at least say that maybe that wasn't his voice? Maybe. And if it wasn't his voice, then the defense should have brought in sound experts to ask Mr. Kelly to present his audio and let them match the voice sounds. If there's a dispute with audio and or video, then that's the time that the defense has to call in those expert witnesses to refute that evidence. That's what you do. You don't let the evidence go into the jury room without it being vetted. Can we agree on that? Let's apply a little logic here. You have to challenge all evidence if your life depended on it. And in this case, his life depended on it. So anything that was let go by to the jury that wasn't challenged, that's either the judge's fault, or that's the prosecution, or that's the defense. Like, you got to challenge everything. And the good thing for Mr. Kelly is that his attorney objected a lot. I mean, that's a tool that the attorney had. That's one of the tools, to use the power of objection in evidence. So we don't let no one lie to you, please. All I'm saying is, there was problems from the start of this case. There were problems listening to some of these witnesses. But again, I wasn't able to look at the jury myself. And I asked the attorneys. I asked the attorney, I asked Mr. Canning. I said, sir, were you able to read the jury as you were giving your closing? He said, no, you don't really look, the jury's really, it's hard to read the jury. Actually, the defense only put up 5 witnesses, not 6. They only put up 5 witnesses. Someone just, okay, I just seen something. I want to read something here. Do you think Judge Donnelly, this is from J-Rock. Do you think Judge Donnelly allowing a few media outlets in the court for the verdict were the same ones that got the privileged emails? Ooh, J-Rock. You know something, Jay? I questioned that yesterday. There was no black reporters allowed in the courtroom, inside the courtroom where R. Kelly was, and to watch the jury. There were no black media or black reporters allowed in that room. And that was concerning for me. So I read J-Rock's question because J-Rock made his donation. I read his question and I had to answer it. When I went to the courtroom, because we knew earlier, and I think I tweeted it out for those who follow me on Twitter, that there was a message sent to the reporters, some of the reporters, obviously the ones who were allowed to be in that room. I mean, not allowed to be in the room, but who were picked to be in the jury box, because that's where the reporters sat at when the verdict was read. J-Rock, I'm just curious, how did you know that there were no, how did you know that, J-Rock? Because you weren't in the courtroom. Talk to me, J-Rock. I didn't speak about that part. I didn't even speak about that part. That's something I obviously want to address with the PIO and who made the call to only allow a certain amount of reporters in that room. So that is definitely something that I thought about as well. So was there manipulation happening behind the scenes? It's very possible, very likely, very likely. So this whole case is far from over. This is just the first round. It's far from over. So people don't get disenchanted with the outcome, because this is not the final say. You have up to the United States Supreme Court to get redress of a conviction. You have the appeals court, the appellate division. You have the district. They're going to look at all this. They're going to look at all this, and it's important. And I want you guys to understand that what I'm saying now, what I'm telling you, is not something most journalists would talk about, because a lot of them are glad just to be in the room. A lot of them are glad just to be in the room, to have access. And it's the good thing about owning your own brand is that you don't have to dance to someone else's beat to a certain degree. Or at all. Not even to a certain degree, you don't have to. And you can raise the questions that people want to ask. They want answers to. You can raise those questions. You have the right to raise questions about the manner in which the media or certain members of the press is being treated, and the protocols that are in place. And when you have a trial of this magnitude that is being watched, like from Germany, from Switzerland, from Africa. It wasn't even 15 reporters, maybe 15 that were credentialed to cover this from inside. And they had some shifts, maybe 20. So guys, if you have questions, you know what to do. Hit the super chat. I'll read the question, and if I can provide the answer, I'll provide the answer. Because a lot of times there's so many questions coming in that I just want to, someone, if they're serious about they want their question to be answered, and if I can, I will. But yeah, this is I'm a little disappointed in some things. I'm gonna be honest. I'm disappointed in some things. One of the things I'm disappointed is Shaun King. I don't have to put him out there, brother. I'm gonna put you out there. I'm gonna tell you why. I looked at your timeline on your Instagram. I looked at it. You were very, very quiet. You never spoke about anything about R. Kelly. You lived in Brooklyn at some point. At least that's what was known. I was told. You spoke. You celebrated the verdict, but you didn't even cover the trial. You celebrated the verdict, but you didn't even cover the trial. So you got your information from the same media outlets that were trashing you for allegedly taking advantage of a situation or families of people who've been killed by the police. I gotta read another question. Okay. Besides screaming, what else did you hear in the audio? This question was from Ashley Davis. Someone getting beaten. Someone getting hit, crying, hitting. It was clear it was a form of abuse. I'm not a psychologist, and it's not for me to say if it was a BDSM or someone was getting their ass whooped. That's not for me to say. It's what I heard. So, yeah. But getting back to Shaun King. Hold on, let me read another question. I have just shout out to Ella Soul. Okay, so this is the problem I have. And Shaun King, listen to me, brother. Listen to me. I love the attention that you bring on some of these major situations involving people of color that have been murdered. But what I don't like is you celebrating something that you hadn't even covered. You didn't participate in this. You didn't cover this. You didn't come down here and spend your resources to cover this trial. So don't jump on the bandwagon with other people who didn't participate. They didn't participate. So that's why I was a little upset that things were not being delivered to me as it was. Not that I went and bought transcripts. But no, that's a courtesy that we as reporters receive when they disseminate it. And I don't think you got the transcript. I seriously doubt they would have sent you a transcript as well. But the problem I have is that there are certain people of color who has not covered this that have made it a topic for discussion after the fact and monetizing it for their benefit. Then you put no work in. You got to put the work in. You got a powerful platform, but you didn't put the work in. And I would have expected you, my brother, to at least, as a black man, well, light-skinned man, black, I don't know. I still don't know, brother. I don't know if you know. But anyway, I expect you to be able to at least provide your intellectual ability to be there and to understand this process from inside the courtroom, not to regurgitate someone else's reporting or someone else's color of what occurred in the courtroom. But I'm going to be seeing other outlets do the same. They're going to be talking about it. They're going to be saying things. I knew he did this, and I saw this, and I was around. But why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you step up and say something? If you saw a woman being abused on your watch, then why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say anything? I don't know. Anyway. Um, oh yeah. And then DJ Envy. DJ Envy. You guys are really interesting. You're really interesting. I know this is the political thing to do. You know, you got to support the outcome of a jury verdict. Because ultimately we like to believe that jurors are listening to the evidence, analyzing the analyzing the evidence, and coming to a unanimous decision. We this is what we want from jurors. This is what we want, because everybody wants their day in court, but jurors make mistakes. Jurors make mistakes. And let's not say that jurors don't make mistakes, because there have been countless people that have been convicted of crimes that were innocent. They were innocent. And the fact that someone with such a big platform don't know this, at least allow R. Kelly to exercise his complete right of fighting this in the highest court if he appeals, which he's going to appeal. This is the way this trial was handled. It's like no trial I've seen before. And that's been my argument. At least let's keep the playing field fair. That's all I've been saying. And someone said it on my last the live that that guys disconnected. They said it. He was guilty, perhaps, of domestic violence, but that's not a federal crime. And I do not think that R. Kelly got signed to a record label for the sole purpose of procuring a young woman. A woman, period. And I also don't think that Aaliyah's mother, Jane Doe 1, Aaliyah's mother, if she wanted to really put the screws in R. Kelly, she would have came to trial. She would have made it her duty to reach out to the prosecution and said, listen, I want to tell you what my daughter's mindset was. So, someone told me something yesterday. I don't know for 100% if that's factual, but you guys that might have been following the case, someone said Aaliyah's mother was Muslim. And Aaliyah was Muslim. I don't know if that's to be true. I think I read somewhere that they had some type of, and people ask, why is that important? It's important because in Islam, they move differently. Muslims move different than Christians. And we don't know if the mother consented. She was okay with it. Because but the other problem for me is, if that was in fact the case, then they didn't need to get married in the Cook County court, because you don't have to get married in the Cook County court to be you have to, if you follow the Islamic faith, then you don't have to go get a certificate to say you're married. So I heard that yesterday, but I know that not necessarily had to be the case. But maybe she had her teaching said this is okay. We don't know that. We don't know that. And if they can dig up bodies, so to speak, and put cases on people after the fact, a lot of you guys in the music industry, I mean, when I say music industry, I mean like bosses. You guys at Sony, you guys at these other labels. I've heard stories, but because those cases weren't never brought to light, I didn't report on it. I heard stories, but they were just stories. No one filed a report. No one fully went through the process of vetting and see whether or not the accusations were. Well, one time it did, and I really can't talk about that right now because that might just come up sometime real soon. But we have to also just think about it. While a lot of those girls benefit financially, and some are still benefiting, but they could also, you could be benefiting but also experience abuse as well. As you know that you could be benefiting and experience abuse as well. Well, I know she denied she was married, but that the minister coming in and testifying, the jury seeing that, and they took all that in consideration. They had investigators on both sides. Okay, I have a question here. J-Rock, you back? Come on, don't let J-Rock be putting the questions out there. Let's see here. Come on, J-Rock. What did you say, J-Rock? Let me see. How can a man who is the greatest singer and songwriter of the modern era write for other legends, Nino Brown, at the same time? Right. J-Rock, you are so right. Like, how did this man that have written for Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, worked with some of the biggest artists in the world, and his sole purpose for doing this is to have sex with girls? No, I don't think that. I think that what I think was a lot of that came with who he was. Hugh Hefner had an annual party at the Playboy Mansion, and you would have to be somebody to be able to be invited to that. And I was invited to that Playboy Mansion, and I shot for Playboy. In 2000, they had a Playboy tour that I was hired to shoot for. So I'm telling you that there are things that have went on with Playboy, Hugh Hefner, in the Playboy Mansion with young ladies, but he was never charged with anything. He went on to die a rich man, or maybe poor man, depending upon how you look at it. So let's not, those of you who are young, do your research. Listen to the sound of my voice and research. Research Elvis Presley. Research Hugh Hefner. Research J. Paul Getty. Research a lot of these big celebrities that they have groupies. They do have groupies that be stalking them. Or this is not like something unheard of. It might sounds crazy for a regular 9-to-5 Joe Blow, but I'm telling you, these things happen. And it just don't happen in a vacuum. They happen if you reach a certain level in music. It happens. It happens. So if I'm not answering questions, it's because my light hasn't come on. Uh, so give me a second, guys. There are countless people. There are countless people that could fall under this Mann Act and racketeering. Because what they basically say is R. Kelly had employees that did what he asked them to do as an employer. They 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 propped it as the head of an enterprise. I mean, the way it sounds so sinister, but I still don't believe that, this case should have been a RICO case. Even though the jury, who was bombarded by, I won't say bombarded, they had to go through a mountain of evidence. And just think about this for 1 second. This is something that you got to think about and see whether or not the jury just said, "Nah, we're not looking at all this evidence." Uh, the case went to the jury on Friday, this past Friday. It went to the jury. They had 4 hours of deliberation on Friday and a half a day on Monday. They came back with a verdict. With all the evidence and all the testimony that was presented to them, they didn't take a lot of time. Were they confused with a lot of things? They just said, "Hey, let's just go check these boxes, or we gotta get back home. I'm not spending 2 weeks here on R. Kelly. I have my own life. I didn't know this guy a month ago. Why would I dedicate another 2 weeks of my life to try to render a decision?" I'm just saying this could be something plausible that some of the jurors were probably thinking. I'm not spending. It's like, think about this. You're in school, you have a paper to write, and it has to be like a 50-page paper. What are you? I don't know what this guy talking about. Talking about he's a pedestrian. Dude, you don't get yourself away from me. Do you think that you're going to give, unless if it's a grade that a class that don't really matter, do you think you're going to really go ahead and do that 50-page, or are you going to find a shortcut? Some people find shortcuts. This might have been a shortcut. We don't know. The jurors haven't spoken. We don't know what went into that jury deliberation. We don't know if any one of those jurors were intimidated, because that happens too. We don't know. And something could come out down the road that maybe a juror says, "Hey, I was pressured. I didn't really understand. I relied on what the foreman said, and I was just basically being bullied." We don't know that. We do not know what happened in that jury room. That's why it's so important to poll the jury. And sometimes they won't say it right then. They won't say it right then. We don't know what happened. We do know we got a unanimous verdict, and on that day, Monday. But we don't know whether or not. Oh my goodness, we don't know. Someone's texting me. We don't know who was pressured. If anyone was pressured, we don't know. We may know soon. Okay, let me read some comments. Let's see here. All right, guys. I tell you what. This is what you do. Maybe I can stay on for another 10 minutes. The Cash App is Hip Hop Inquirer. HIPHOPENQUER. Hip Hop Inquirer. Go ahead, hit the Cash App. I'll stay on for another 10 minutes, and we can talk about this. Hit the Cash App. Let me post that there. Someone put my Cash App in the comments, please. I didn't know that. I'm going to read this. I got to research this. The verdict came in the same day Hugh Hefner died. Mm, I don't know if that's true. I'm gonna check that. That's interesting. Uh, let's see here. I don't have mods. I have an iPod. I'm gonna make you a mod, but then you might do something to someone else. I only I, you know I want to. Oh, this is what I want to do. Hold on. The jury may elect not to be interviewed. Okay. Oh yeah, Tiffany. I'm in the car, Tiffany. I'm in the car, Tiffany. I'm in the car. I'm outside the courthouse. I'm in the car, Tiffany. Yes, I'm doing all this in the car. Yes, yes, yes. I am. Hold on. Right. You know something? Uh, the defense, the attorney said that to me. He told me that. He said that that Mann Act should have been. One of the attorneys told me that Mann Act should have been addressed in Congress years ago. Well, if they if they address that act, maybe he can get some justice there, retroactive. All right, guys. I see a lot of comments coming in. I'm actually going to eat breakfast. Oh, yeah, Rick James. Yep. I remember I was in LA for an award show. I don't know if it was the Grammys. I think it was the Grammys. And Rick James. It was right before he died. I mean, very talented brother. Very talented brother. And I was able to interview him on the red carpet. That was pretty dope. Tiffany, I don't know if I can head back to Atlanta just yet. I got, I still got family in the city, but I have an event in Atlanta that I'm the media director for, which is Atlanta Hip Hop Day. So if you're in Atlanta Saturday and Sunday, uh, come through Woodrow Wilson Park. We have the 11th annual Atlanta Hip Hop Day. I'm the media director for that, and I will be there uh, in the city for that. And then on my friend's getting married too that same week. She's getting married the same week, so I'll be shooting a wedding for her. It's a wedding gift. It's actually a wedding gift. A wedding gift for her. I charge thousands for shooting weddings, but this is a wedding gift for her. Oh, okay. Yeah, Judge Joe Brown said that too. Right. He said that as well. He said that. Should be fighting to get rid of it. You might be fighting now because now R. Kelly is the poster child of the Mann Act now in this era. Yes. Okay. I think Tiffany gonna be my moderator. Tiffany wanna be my moderator? My mod? Oh, Tiffany, don't be scared, Tiffany. Don't be scared. Don't do it, Tiffany. Don't be scared. Come on, listen. If I can come, listen, Tiffany. If I can be out here in New York covering a high-profile trial, at least you can do is be my moderator. Come on, Tiffany. We all got to step up to the plate when we're called. Tiffany, you have been called to moderate. You must Google what moderating means. You must take the reign. You must step up to the plate. You must moderate. That actually rhymes. Anyway. All right, guys. I'll be back. Well, hold on here. All right, come on, y'all. Just let's vote Tiffany as moderator. Let's give her the tools that she needs to moderate. It requires a level of attentiveness to be able to put someone in a timeout, or just go ahead and just take them out. Because if they're too abusive, take them out. If they're being reckless in the comment section, take them out. They don't get a timeout. We rule this channel with an iron fist, or a stern moderator, either one. A lot of comments here. All right, guys. All right, I gotta go. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is just one chapter in the saga of surviving R. Kelly, or surviving off of R. Kelly. This is just one of the chapters. I mean, I see people having that bring up different dates and how this came on. The verdict came in. Yeah. Don't know. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that jury room. I would love to have been a fly on the wall in that jury room. So when I come back, hopefully Tiffany has made a decision to become the moderator. But if she doesn't, I need someone to step up, someone that's sincere about the message and keeping this platform and just keeping it fair and honest and no distraction. So if you think you can be a moderator along with Tiffany, because Tiffany's gonna need a break, shoot me an email. Dennis Byron at hiphopinquirer.com. Dennis Byron at hiphopinquirer.com. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Tiffany has said she'll do it. See? I knew she would step up. I knew Tiffany would step up. I believed Tiffany would step up. I knew she would step up. I felt it in my bones. I said, Tiffany's going to step up today. She's going to come and help me out with the moderation. Tiffany's been, when I tell you Tiffany's been on these social media streets, I'm going to have to fly you out to Atlanta. No, I can't fly you anywhere. You know, we don't fly people out no more. We can't fly no one anywhere anymore. You travel on your own dime. I don't care if you buy bus, train, bicycle. You're not getting flown nowhere no more. We're not doing it. Nope. Not flying you nowhere. I'm sorry. You can't get a Metro card. I'm sorry. Sorry. This Mann Act and these RICO charges is going to have people thinking a lot differently. Can't fly you anywhere. I'm sorry. And you might not be able to get a ride in my car either. So you have to figure this out. You're going to have to step your game up. You're going to have yourself some transportation. You're signing releases. You're signing, well, you can't even sign a release anymore. Wait a minute. I'm not going to have you write a letter. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? I guess I'm going to have to go get married. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to get married. Because dating's become real complicated now. It's become real complicated. Yeah. Real complicated. And you thought you just had to worry about COVID and sitting in restaurants? This is deep. It's deep. And if you tell me you're 45, I want to see your ID anyway. You say you're 40, 45, I need to see your ID. I need to see it. You're not going to trick me. I need to see your ID. I don't care. So what, you have gray hair? I don't care. There's dye. People can dye their hair. I need to see ID. I'm sorry. I need to see ID. No, but seriously, what has happened all the way around, there's just so many people that have been impacted by this whole situation. Man, someone just said something that opened a whole nother can of worms. And I think that's not going to be for this video. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk, listen, I don't even trust documents anymore. People are making fake COVID cards, fake birth certificates, all kind of yeah, that might work. That might work. You might have to get the Department of Justice passport to date now. Yeah. Did you see the amount of... I thought I was watching the scene from Men in Black when we were at the podium yesterday. The shades and, they had it was a definite presence yesterday at the press conference. But again, this is not the end. This is not the end. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're at 193. I want you guys, listen, I want you guys to subscribe to the channel. You guys tuned in, hit the subscribe button right now. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification, because sometimes I will just pop in, talk about something that is a current topic, that is breaking, that you want to subscribe to the channel. You want to turn on the notification so you can be there, because There's so much. I have to do a radio interview uh, in Atlanta V103 or something. Uh, but I want you guys to be able to get it first. And if you look at the tweet and look at the great thing about Twitter, I don't know if you can get timestamp, but if you look at the tweet, I was the first one that tweeted the verdict. Look at everyone's channel and look at the time. I was the first one to tweet the verdict. Out of all the media outlets in the world that's covered the trial, I was the first one to tweet the verdict. So just ask yourself a question. Am I in the know or not? First one tweeted the verdict. And obviously it went to the biggest platform. Someone said I need to see, let's see this. Yeah. Ooh. Tiffany. Okay, yeah, Tiffany, do me a favor, Tiff. Do me a favor, Tiffany. Look at the timestamp. Do me a favor. Look at the timestamp of when I tweeted the verdict. But the reporters are, I guess I tweeted the verdict, but we also had a non-financial bet that the verdict would come in between 3 and 4. That was mine. First one I said was coming in on Monday. The jury's were able to go home. It's coming on Monday about 4 o'clock. Because I assume they want to eat lunch. They don't want to just come to work, and because this is work for jurors. But they wanted to eat lunch, and then they would come back with a verdict. I knew that they were going to find him guilty of some of the stuff. I knew that. I didn't know which ones. I didn't think the Mann Act, they were going to find him guilty of that. But I'm so curious as to what the jury was thinking when they went in that jury delivery room, jury room. But yeah, guys, hit the notification. Please hit the notification. Subscribe, follow. Because Tiffany is my moderator, my social media investigator. She's all that. And I'm going to pick more than Tiffany, but Tiffany is going to have no, I'm not going to pick anyone else. Tiffany is going to recruit moderators. Tiffany, your role is expanding as we speak. Your role is expanding as we speak. We stay on long enough, you might become vice president of the company. Oh my goodness, let me hurry you up to live. She hasn't even started work yet. She's already getting promoted. Tiffany, come on. Oh my goodness. So Tiffany's gonna hit me up later. Tiffany, you and I are gonna talk, and we're gonna figure out how we're gonna make this thing do what it do. Oh, I ain't sleep. I listen. I like Courtney too now. I wanted to make sure you was paying attention because I saw Courtney out there too. She in those streets as well. Oh my goodness. No recruiting or grooming. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, I think it's safe to surround myself around a bunch of strong women. Yo, this is crazy. Let me just say there's so many not jokes, but yeah, it's a lot of cautionary things that we have to, as men, have to do. We have to. A lot of cautionary things that we have to do as men. We can't just be moving around, like playboys. The Playboy days are now being viewed as something else. So I don't want to be a player no more. You know the song. Hey Courtney. Hey Courtney. What's up, Courtney? Hey. I see you out there, Courtney. So we got Tiffany, and Courtney signs up. You know, she hasn't said she wanted to be one of the moderators. Because then you know as a moderator, you get one of those shiny Hip Hop Inquirer T-shirts. It says I moderate for Hip Hop Inquirer. Or maybe one of the hats. Let's see, I have a hat. Yeah, I got hats too. But yes, seriously, this has been a lot for a lot of people. A lot for a lot of people. On both sides of the spectrum. It's been a lot for a lot of people. I had a conversation with last night. I told her I wouldn't put a name out there, but I talked to one of the witnesses last night on the phone. And I also talked with someone else that wasn't called as a witness. And she said to me, she said essentially that this might be what Robert needed. He needs help. She said this. Because she saw things. She saw things. At least she heard things. But yeah. Hold on, guys. Someone's aggressively texting me. Hold on. Hold on. What are you saying here? Stop reading my glasses. I know how you'll be doing. You'll be trying to read in the glasses. I know the tricks. Oh, interesting. Guys, this thing getting real. Hold on. Right. And we can't forget, I have to say, we can't forget what his brother said to the blogger when she did the interview. When she did the interview, yes, Freddie O. Yo, shout outs to my brother, FreddieO.com. Freddie O. Fred. I know Fred for so many years. I love that guy. So many years. You follow Fred on Instagram at Freddie O Art. But that's my brother. Make no mistake. We go through our my little brother. We go through our ish, but at the end of the day, it's my brother. So shout out to Fred. They what? Oh, we gonna talk. So Fred, he just said that your page got deleted. I don't believe that. Yeah, he sounds more like Grandpa. That's all right. You know something? It's so funny. I have another friend in Atlanta that used to call me Grandpa, and then he hit 50. So now his old man jokes they're not flowing as fluently as they were early on. So that's gonna be Fred's case soon enough. Because Fred, you're getting old too, Fred. You're getting old. You're getting old, Fred. I met you when you had milk on your mouth, but you're getting old. I saw a gray hair last time I seen you. It could be the sun, but it did look like a gray hair. And if I see gray hairs on a man who's bald-headed, you're getting old. But yeah, shout out to my brother Fred Anderson. He has a store. If you're in Atlanta, you go to the store. I've bought things from him. I've done events in the store. He has definitely contributed to the entertainment landscape in Atlanta. And I mean, who doesn't love Fred? You know? That should be a show. Who doesn't love Fred? Fred, Let's think about that show. Who doesn't love Fred? But yeah, Fred's a good man. Fred Anderson. Fred's with all the celebrities. He's with everybody. He's with everybody. Fred's a really good brother. And you tell people, give them their roses while they're alive. It's so much about Fred that I appreciate. You know, we've I mean, so much he's done. Like when you think about people that have impacted your life just by just conversation, he's one of them. You know, sometimes he'll say things you don't really know he makes an impact, but he does. And sometimes I just laugh. Sometimes I sit back and laugh at some of the things we talk about. But yeah, he's a good brother. But yeah, go follow him. You know, he's a black business owner. He has a beautiful mother, grandmother, good spirit, and just somebody you want to know. Oh my God, are you trying to put another case on R. Kelly? Fred, stop it. Yeah, stop, Fred. R. Kelly told you that. I don't want to hear R. Kelly jokes. I'm gonna hear a bunch of them. I'm gonna know the comedians are gonna come out. I don't want to hear R. Kelly jokes. I don't. Not right now. I don't want to hear it right now. Oh, you know something, Fred? Actually, that probably was the truth because you've been around R. Kelly. Yeah. So yeah, you saying it, I can believe it. No, you saying I believe it, because you've been around everybody. People love you. But if Joe Public says it on this stream, I might not believe it. But you, I believe, because you've been around everybody. Did someone pay the question? Hold on, let me see. No one paid. No one. I don't see no. Wait, hold on. I ain't see nothing here. Wait, hold on. Yes, I do. Ooh, is that J Rock? Okay, Jay. I'm sorry, brother. I didn't see that coming through. Okay, Jay says, J Rock. Yo, J Rock is the only one rocking with me right now. J Rock, your question is, every time R. Kelly's hit with BS, it always happens on an election year. 2002 sex tape, 2008 trial, 2020 in jail during the presidential election. You know something? That is another perspective that we have to look at. The motivation to prosecute. Well, he got charged 2017. No, 2019. 2019. Well, actually, 2017. He was arrested in 2017. I was out in Chicago. If I don't answer your question, it's because I didn't see nothing on the chat. Hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat, hit something. Don't just I'm not reading. I need the green to stand out. I need green to stand out. I need to hear ching ching. This is work for me. This is work for me. Listen, I don't want to hear I'm broke, I'm in middle school. If you can buy lunch, you can buy me lunch. I don't want to hear I'm broke, I'm in middle school. I don't want to hear that. Because you soon will be making millions. Well, at least 100,000 maybe. Depending how dedicated you are, how you ace those classes. Are you in medical school to be a nurse or a doctor? A RN? A practical nurse? A registered nurse? A nurse supervisor? But I don't want to hear I can't support the platform. I don't want to hear that. I spent thousands of dollars covering this trial. And all I'm asking is to support what I do. That's all. Thousands. Do you need receipts? You know it's expensive. You know these hotels in New York are expensive. So, come on. So you graduate this November. So I tell you what, since you graduate this November, I'm going to do something special. I'm going to send you a Cash App request. Listen to what I said. I'm going to send you a Cash App request for $1,000. I'm going to make your day. I'm going to send you a Cash App request for $1,000. I'm going to make your day. Did everyone hear me? I'm about to send, post your Cash App. I'm about to send you a $1,000 request right now. I'm going to send you a $1,000 request right now. Okay, so I'm trying to see who's paying attention. I said I'm sending you requests. I'm not paying you. I'm sending you a request because that's what I want, $1,000. You weren't paying attention. You weren't paying attention. Got him. All right, guys, come on. We're having a little fun here. But I got to go. Thank you guys for real. Support the channel. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're coming back. We're going to talk about this. Now that I got your Cash App, I'm sending requests. I'm sending requests to everybody who posted the Cash App. You're all getting requests. Tiffany, they're not listening, Tiffany. I'm doing the work, but they send me the, you know, put your Cash App in there so I can send you a request. You're probably ones that go to a restaurant and not leave a tip. I hate when people go to a restaurant and don't leave tips. I never go to a restaurant and not leave a tip. I don't eat in restaurants and don't leave a tip. I think it's insulting to sit at a restaurant and not leave a tip. I think that you should not even eat in restaurants. You should eat in I don't do fast foods. Like, I haven't been in McDonald's and well, Chick-fil-A. I don't know if it's considered fast food because I do eat some Chick-fil-A, you know, once in a while. But I do not go in restaurants without leaving a tip. I think it's the most degrading thing that you can do to one of those employees in there, not leave a tip. I had a friend, celebrity friend, years ago. We went to a restaurant in New York City. Very nice restaurant. The bill came out to about $250. I said, I'll pick up the tab. I'll pick up the check. You just leave the tip. So he put something in the billfold and went to the bathroom. The waiter comes to the table, picks up the billfold. He walks half away, looks at the billfold. He walks back to me and looks at me and said, "Is there a problem?" I said, "No, the food was great. I loved it. She loved it. I loved it. It was good. I'm sure he loved it as well." Then he looked down again at the billfold. "You sure there's not a problem?" I said, "No, man. Food was great." And then she nudges me and said, "Just look at. Why do you say it? Let me see the billfold." This nigga put $20 in there for a $250 meal. $20. You have to at least tip. I'm not putting it, you know, Fred, you know, I'm not putting their name out there. But they've been in some movies. But yeah, at least 15%. 15%, yeah. No 10%. No, that's, you know. And these waiters don't get paid a lot. You know, they don't get paid a lot. So, yeah. Just, and if you can't figure out the math on $250, just do 20% or 10%. You 10%. Fred, I know you. Fred, you about 7%. You're not a 10%er. So you say if it's 10%, $25, $250. 20%, $50. If you want to do 15%, $40. But let's get, okay. I'm seeing these, okay. You all want, okay, all you guys that are putting on Cash App in here, you all got Cash App, so now good. Now mine says, I'm posting mine here. No, Tiffany, post my Cash App right now, Tiffany, please. Yeah, May 4th is I'm coming back for the sentencing. Uh, yes, May 4th. Tiffany, post my cash app, please. I can't figure where to type at. Um, oh, I think right here. Let me put it. If I touch that, what did I do? Let's see. What did I do? Do I delete? Am I deleting? Wait a minute. What's that? Oh, what's going on here? Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. I'm black. What that? Oh, got that melanin popping. That melanin is popping. Okay. Oh, you done messed up now. You done gave me okay. 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 This is my surviving. Okay. The heat. Okay. All right. Well, if you have waiters that don't want to do their job, just go to another restaurant. But if you elect to stay there and eat the food, do the tipping. Okay, this is getting weird here. I feel like I'm one of the. Wait a minute. Oh, you done messed up now. Hold on a second here. What you're not gonna do is you're not gonna. Oh shoot. Woo. Woo. All right, guys. I'm going back to my normal here. That's my normal. That's my sexy right there. Anyway, guys. Appreciate you. I gotta go. I'm gonna edit this footage down to key with the content. Uh, I got no more questions. Yeah, they can do that too. Hit that. Hit whatever you need to hit, but hit something. Hit something. Don't just hit something. Hold on, I got a request just now. Hold on. Appreciate you. Let me go ahead. Do that real quick. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see where we at. Pre-approve. Okay. Got you. All right. Nice. All right. Okay. Here we go. But I do want to say thank you for those who have left sent the cash app. I appreciate you. You really have aided in this trip. Uh, I do appreciate it, and yeah, it definitely helps. You got to figure. I don't have a New York Times budget. I don't have a CNN budget. I don't have a uh, EDM budget. So it costs to do this. It costs. Trust me. I flew in I drove in the first time. I flew in one time, then I drove in because I had to bring a lot of equipment, chairs, um, cameras, just a bunch of stuff, and the clothes. I always overpack. I don't like putting my equipment on planes because I lost a bag one time. Fred will tell you the equipment is these cameras are very expensive. Hold on one second here. Let me see something. Someone sent me a message. Okay, again, I apologize. This is real time. Handling real business. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. What are you saying here? What are you saying here? Is okay. little real estate deal going on right now. Nice little real estate deal. All right. How do I get out of this here? Let me get out. Let me see. I'm not his attorney. I wouldn't be filing any appeals. Hold on a second here. I'm reading messages. So I don't know what their strategy is. I really don't. I don't know what the strategy is. I can only speculate just based on some of the things I saw in the trial. What can be raised? What should be raised, not what can, what should be raised. But yeah, I don't know what their strategy is, and they obviously going to have to notify the court that they want to go and appeal these. Someone's going to have to file an appeal. Maybe a big time attorney will take it on. There's some big time attorneys that will take the case on. You know, not to say Koenig's not good, but you got some legal scholars that this is all they do is look for flaws in a case, and to, you know, this is a very significant case based on this man being convicted of a RICO charge. It takes that, and it takes a lot of work. It takes that and a lot of work. But guys, thank you. I have to go. I really do. I really do. And I don't like to be in a shaky situation here. And this is kind of shaky. And I need to be in my office, heading back home. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.